The U.S. says the success of the campaign to destroy IS hinges on Iraqi security forces already in the region. Annabell Den Berghe joins us live from the front lines in northern Iraq. And Annabell, how is the fight against IS going now?
Yeah, well, actually, you can see that the new strategy of the United States is already working. Although they still have to send the military aid, you can see that here on the ground, the people, the Kurdish people, the Iraqi people are already making advances. Over the last couple of days, they managed to recapture several towns here in the Kurdish area from the Islamic State. So you can say basically that this war is not only like a war of being strong enough, like physically, but it's also a war of being psychologically strong enough. You have to believe in yourself, and they're starting to believe in themselves again now that the United States, the West, and several Arab countries are willing to support them. They feel backed, the Peshmerga feel backed by other countries, and therefore they can already make several advances.
And Annabell, while the Iraqi government is still rallying international support, what can you tell us about all the refugees?
Yeah, but that's another question, of course. And what we see is that basically the civilians are paying at this moment the highest price for what is going on. And that's unfortunately mostly the case when there is a war or a conflict. So what we see right now in Iraq is that there are more than 1.8 million refugees on the ground. There are not only Iraqi refugees, there are also Syrian refugees, but the majority is Iraqi. And they fled from the Islamic State from several parts of the country, all towards the Kurdish region, because here to Erbil mostly, to Erbil and Dohuk, because here it's more safe. But you can see that most of the schools have turned into refugee camps. More than 600 schools are now refugee camps. So that includes as well that the children who were supposed to start the school year last week cannot go to school until the government will find a solution for these refugees. And the UN has said already that this problem is too big for the government itself to solve it on its own. So the UN will support the government in finding a solution. But it seems that the solution so far, we still have to wait for the solution. And at this moment, the circumstances in the refugee camps are okay. There is basic hygiene, but you can say that when the winter will kick in, it will become more and more difficult for these refugees.
Absolutely. Okay. CCTV's Annabell Den Berghe, thank you so much for that report from Erbil.